Hey, out here hanging with the boys, man. They're part of the team.
Part of the team, man. Can I tell you, part of the team?
Welcome to Tampa Bay. We fuck 'em up when we raise the flag. Fire the cannons and seize the day. The crew's ready, all hands on deck.
What is up, everyone? It is finally here. It is week 1 of the fucking NFL season. The Buccaneers play in what, 3 fucking days? 4 fucking days? Some shit like that. Sunday night fucking football. You guys know who I am. You're watching the Loose Cannons. I'm Sammer. Hanging out with my boy Poppy Latte and Stanker. And of course, the first ever Loose Cannons Hall of Fame member, Jake fucking Arians, in the house. We're going to talk all about this Cowboys matchup. Welcome back to the show, Jake.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for having me. Been too long.
Been a long time.
Too fucking long, bro.
Heck, is that Star Wars stuff behind you, man?
Yeah, it is.
It's a football show, right?
No, that's Star Wars.
Man, you might have changed the camera angle or something. I was just checking.
Yeah.
Are you Star Wars shaming, bro? Huh?
Maybe a little bit. I'm kind of shocked that I actually got that right, but it doesn't look
Are you and Samer both hate Star Wars?
I mean, great minds think
Look,
alike.
when I was 8 and it came out, it was pretty cool.
I have something to admit.
I saw the Millennium Falcon in person at Disney, and I hate to admit it, but it was kind of dope.
I have something to admit that I admitted to
Unreal.
Sam earlier, and he said he could almost not be my friend.
Mm.
I have never seen.
Don't say you've never seen any of them.
No, not Star Wars.
I've never seen anything Star Wars, Stargate Command, Star Trek.
It's so bad. I can't even remember the name.
That's all different stuff. Now I'm on. How am I able to Stank's side when I was talking smack to start the freaking show?
Yeah, but you'll watch a green Hulk lawyer lady.
Show, Sam. I can't even remember now. It's horrible.
Sopranos. So
I've never seen
Latte
Sopranos.
is somehow.
Stank, I'm going to send you a football to put in the place of the freaking Star Wars.
I got plenty of footballs. I got lots of footballs.
Listen, somehow
I've never seen Sopranos.
Latte got through.
Is that a mini scale back
filter.
there too? What is going on in your background?
He's never watched The Sopranos, Jake. He's never seen Sopranos. And he got through. It's a prerequisite to even like talk to me. So I'm not sure how Latte slid through the filter. Not sure how he got in, but I told him until he's seen at least the first season, he and I are going to kind of be a little bit rocky from here on out.
I mean, that's like your family from another continent. Sopranos.
Thank you.
It's like long lost cousins. Across the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm here because this is what Loose Cannon is about. We're Jake. It's therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're here just to lay it all out. I need help from my viewers. All love, support. And Jake, we're here because we need to address something. We talked about it on the.
We need to address a few things, but let's get started.
Yes, we're here. We need to address a few things, as Jake said, and we talked about it on the Loose Cannons, fantasy draft. Thank you those that participated. All that money, for the kids. I'm gonna win. I drafted a championship team, but nonetheless, we've been seeing a lot of LED.
LED? Of the LED boards? The LED boards?
No. Low dick energy.
Light emitting diodes?
LDE, bro. And Sammer knows what I'm talking about. It's been all over Twitter. It's this dipshit over here with the Boba Fett fucking Star Wars thing. A lot of fucking nerves. A lot of bullshit. As if our team can't fucking adjust or make adjustments or change, or we don't have 12 under center. So, Jake, for the very first, and it's insane because we haven't even played a game, therapy session of the year.
Already. Unbelievable.
Let's go.
First of all, if you've never seen Star Wars, how did you get that dude's name right?
Yeah.
I never said I'd never seen it. I said I'd never seen Sopranos.
All right.
Hammer's never seen it.
Sopranos.
Just checking if you're throwing out a Boba Fett.
Boba, like the T, motherfuckers. It's Boba.
Let's
shit
address
right.
the offensive line bullshit that we all got to watch every damn day on that stupid ass network called ESPN.
Let's go.
I'm nervous, Jake.
Shut the fuck up.
Are you really though? All right, so here's the thing. We're going into free agency. We got no money because we've already got the defense already locked up, right? You get Carlton Davis back. You're good to go. There's no way you think you're getting Jensen back. That's why you drafted Hainsey, 3-time starter, 3-year captain at Notre Dame as a tackle. You move him at the Senior Bowl to see if he can play center, and then you move him there for an entire year. That's your backup plan that you think is going to happen anyway. We got Big Red back. We're all ecstatic about that, and he gets hurt. Shit happens, but you already had a contingency plan going into the season before Tom retired and came back, thinking that was going to be the plan. Okay? The big one was Allie. Kappa got overpaid. Kappa was really good for us, played a lot of games, but we're not going to pay him the money that Cincinnati threw out there. That's insane. He's not. That's overpaying for a player that doesn't make you have sustained success. That's really the hole. You replace Allie with another top 7 guard who knows Tom, that Tom loves and vouches for. You bring in with a great trade. I don't see where all of a sudden this offensive line went from one of the best in football to one of the worst. Is it as good? No, there's not the same continuity that played together the last 2 years. There was a couple injuries in training camp guys were dealing with. I think they're damn solid. Does a rookie got to step up? Yes. Kansas City had a rookie center and a rookie guard last year. And all we talked about was what a phenomenal job they did of rebuilding our offensive line, which is total bullshit. Orlando Brown's not a left tackle. He's a right tackle. They're about to pay him like a premier left tackle. Their offensive line wasn't that good. The best part of the offensive line was 2 rookies, their center and their guard that they drafted last year. I don't see the issue here. Like, Kappa is a really good player, but he's not a great player. You're not going to pay him like a great player. You replace him. So 2 of the guys you knew you had to replace is what you did. Now you end up having to do 3, but you replaced a top 3 or 4 guard with a top 7 or 8 guard. I don't think there's a big drop off losing Alley's retirement. That, to me, that's like the first thing you hear nonstop is a stupid ass offensive line talk about. Nobody's talking about the defense healthy for the first time in 2 years since the Super Bowl.
So
coming out of training camp, looking fast and phenomenal and multiple, all the different things you can do on that defense when they're healthy. They haven't been healthy since the Super Bowl. Been way actually healthier than they were in the Super Bowl at this point. Mm-hmm. How are you going to run this team? You don't run on Todd Bowles' defense anyway, and then you add Hakeem Nicks next to Vita Vea. Which crushes the soul of any interior line, and you're playing Dallas's offensive line is garbage in week 1. I just talked about the defense being healthy. Yes, Dallas's defense is pretty solid, but I don't get all the hype other than it's Brady, and Brady moves the needle, and we all know that. Topic number 2 I want to address is the people that were bagging on Tyler Johnson last year when we needed him to step up as a young player who all of a sudden thought he had the greatest preseason of all time and can't make the team. That's how deep the friggin' receiving core is. Russell Gage is a damn good player. Julio Jones has plenty left in the tank, and we don't need him all year. We need him to spell Chris. Chris might play this week. He might not. He might play a week and get sore. It's going to be an interesting first 6-8 weeks. You got to be kind of careful with Chris Godwin. Julio's probably going to tweak something. He's going to miss a couple games. If he's healthy down the stretch, Russell Gage, you get all 4 of them down the stretch, you're set. But that's 4 guys. Darden, Stank can talk shit all he wants about. Looks like a decent receiver, bad return guy. You're a freaking moron. He's going to be a damn good return guy.
Well, didn't he just lose his job?
He's going to be fine, is my point.
No, but you just hold on. You just said he just lost his return job, so to a rookie.
He's going to be fine as a returner.
He won't even get to return at this point.
What are you talking about?
Thursday of week 1. I'm talking about long term.
Rashad White took his return job.
That's kick return. Who's a punt returner?
I'm talking about punt return. I'm not talking
Thank
about
you.
Kick
return.
Nobody returns kickoffs.
Nobody kick returns, bro.
Thank
It's
you.
rare.
Darden is still the punt
He's
returner. Darden is still the
My
punt
point
returner.
is he's going to be just fine. He was a rookie, okay, from a small school that put up monster numbers, who's got a ton of talent. That receiving core is ridiculous. Cyril Grayson won 2 games last year. Looked like a world beater down the stretch when we had nobody else healthy. Can't sniff it. Like, that receiving core is so deep. Tyler's going to be fine. Tyler's a good player, but he doesn't play special teams. And to be the 5th, 6th, 7th on a team this deep, you got to play special teams. And that's like the 2 big things I've seen that drive me freaking nuts in the once a month I've gotten on Twitter this summer.
Yeah. By the way,
I was giving Darden credit. I'm actually getting Darden's back, and now I'm getting shit on.
You tweeted it. You talking about you had his back.
No, but okay. First of all, nobody wants Darden on
He'll be a decent receiver. He's a
nobody.
Returner.
Nobody wants Darden on the team. I say he's a good receiver, and he's not a great kick returner. Maybe he develops into one.
Want him on the team.
Well, half of the Bucs fan base wanted that guy cut. Would rather have Tyler Johnson.
But when you watch him,
speaking to all you morons that don't want him on the team.
That wasn't me.
Idiots.
That wasn't me.
He'll be just fine. By the way, they traded up and took him in the 4th round. He's not going anywhere.
All I'm saying is that wasn't me.
That's kind of how it works.
Get used to him. But talking about the center situation, friend of the Arians, Arizona, knows the system very well. He trained with AQ Shipley, loves him. AQ Shipley loves the kid, ready to play center. Said he's ready to step up. So I'm excited about that.
He's not built for right tackle, but he played right tackle, was a 3-year captain at Notre Dame on some damn good teams as a 3-year starter. Like, that's not a sophomore captain at Notre Dame. That's phenomenal. But he's a right tackle. He moved to center. That's more of a natural position, would be center or guard. Apparently, by all accounts, he's adjusted really well. Now, if he gets hurt like he got in the preseason, he's not 100%. I get where you're going to panic a little bit there. Stinney was fighting for that right guard spot. He gets hurt. He's out for the year. Shit happens. I mean, by the way, the last time I checked, this team wasn't built overnight. It was built by making some phenomenal moves. And if one needs to be made, they'll make it. 12 is your quarterback. You got a window to win the whole damn thing. You're going all in regardless. If that move needs to be made, they'll make that move.
The thing people don't realize, though, he was drafted in case in case Jensen didn't sign back,
knowing that you're probably not getting Jensen back, he's going to break the bank.
He was already the backup. He was already the backup plan. He was already the guy who's going to fill in, and then he goes like Latte said. He goes to AQ Shipley. AQ Shipley loves him. Is he playing the same style as Jensen? No. Is he that fucking monster who's like one?
No, he's kind of in between Q, who was too small and dominated Aaron Donald every time he ever played him, and Jensen, who's a world-beating dog that just crushes everybody's soul. He's right in between. He's more of a technician, but he's bigger than Q, so he can get it done. Really smart guy. And, I mean, Jensen's one of the top 3 or 4 centers in the league, and the heart and soul of that being the dog of that offensive line. I used to talk about Willie Colon, good friend of mine from the Steelers days back. He was that dog, like the guy that's going to start a fight, give you an edge every day. To me, like that needs to be Tristan Wirfs without saying a word. Just pummel people so bad that nobody wants to come off that edge, and like you're the dog without hitting anybody late or starting fights or anything else. I think the entire mentality of that offensive line will be a little bit different. I think that's the biggest part that they're missing with Jensen. But I think talent-wise, you get to Tom by coming up the middle. I get people run out of stuff to talk about before week 1, but I'm tired of hearing that narrative.
Also,
I mean, it's the only hole to really pick at, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
But it's not it's like picking at a zit. It's not a freaking giant hole. I mean, it's like I keep seeing it every day that there's no way this team can win. They can't win the division. They can't, like, all these teams they play have really good defensive lines, and all of a sudden that they're garbage.
Listen,
I don't see it.
Tristan Wirfs is fucking all-pro, probably Hall of Famer, amazing, great draft pick. But let's be honest, when Tom first came here, nobody was exactly saying we had the best offensive line in the league. People were worried, like, Donovan Smith's going to get fucking Tom Brady killed because of the blind side.
They all hated Donovan Smith. They hated Kappa. They liked Jensen. They liked Allen. That was it.
Exactly. And Tom, they made it work. He gets the ball out quick. They made it work because
Tristan played his ass off. Yeah. Donovan stepped up and has been a stud. Allie was Allie. Jensen was Jensen. And Kappa played really good. By the way, they all played a lot of games. I don't care who you are. The biggest thing you could do on the offensive line is have continuity. Those 5 guys play week in, week out together. They get the checks. The guards have the same chemistry that they've had in the past. To me, that's other than missing Jensen's leadership and being that dog, is making sure they have the same continuity, being out there all the time. Nobody blows a protection because they didn't have the right check with me, all that kind of stuff. It gets Tom hit coming up the middle.
Also interesting that Rashad White's playing kick return. A little running back from Arizona.
Got to get him on the field somehow.
I know he's a playmaker. David Johnson started off kick return, started making some noise. I remember that.
David Johnson caught a game winner against the Saints in his first game on a wheel route. Returned a kickoff for a touchdown in week 2 against the Chicago Bears in Chicago. I think caught another touchdown, ran one in. Then he was a pretty damn big part of what things were moving forward that year. I think that was a 13-3 year. I'm not mistaken. But
Rashad, you're on the clock, bro. Got to return one. Just saying.
Dude,
he's the number 2 running back on the depth chart.
He's a home run hitter. I mean, basically, I've heard him described as a more explosive David Johnson. So that's freaking high praise for a guy that watched every play of his first 2 years.
And he's number 2 on the depth chart. Number 2 on the depth chart. I thought he'd be behind, but
I thought at least behind Gio. At least.
I like it.
It'll be interesting to see what packages that number 2
includes. Yeah.
Number 2 runner for sure. I'm not sure with Tom liking his guys how that would be if something happens to Lenny and they both got to play. I think it's probably more Gio still catching those passes and Rashad's first and second down, but it's gonna be hard to get him off the field if he's playing first and second down and having a decent game.
Yeah,
$4.99
super have to get comfortable quick.
Go ahead. Second.
I was gonna say Steve Munoz, $4.99 super chat, said we should have confidence the coaching staff and Jason Light to develop Luke and Hainsey. 2 chips in 3 years. Saints are trash.
Listen, every offensive lineman that Jason's drafted has either been a gem or he's developed. I mean, he finds guys that work. He found Stinney in a moment where we were kind of fucked. Guy goes in playoffs, fucking goes to the Super Bowl, plays fucking, I thought, fucking phenomenally.
He played phenomenal. By the way, it's still Harold Goodwin. It's still Joe Gilbert. You still got the same guys coaching them. Everything's the same. The same scheme, same protections, all that stuff. I think you have a little faith in what they put in front of you. That's my problem with freaking everybody bagging on Darden, who was a rookie, or bagging on saying Tyler Johnson was great, but they were killing him last year when he needed to step up. Calm down. The proof is in the pudding. By the way, I've said it before. I said the first year I came on here. We've had more playoff wins with Tom Brady than this franchise had in the history of the damn franchise. I don't want to hear this shit that the best team that's ever been put in front of this franchise hasn't been there for 3 years. It's still there. Trust the people that did it. Like, calm down with some of this reaction. Is just
I'm old enough. I'm
Jason.
old enough to
Jason
remember.
knows what he's doing, man. That's why I just trust him.
Jason, Jackie Davidson,
staff.
Greeny,
They all know what
like
they're
that
doing.
front office has been spectacular. I mean, getting Jensen back in the first place took cap wizardry, and they did it.
Listen, I'm not saying that this guy's gonna that Darden's gonna turn into a Hall of Famer, right? But I'm old enough to remember when people wanted a certain number 20 gone after his rookie year because he sucked. I'm just saying.
Didn't look too good in preseason.
He sucked really bad that year, and then all of a sudden came back the next year and it was like, holy shit, who the fuck is this guy? Some guys take time to develop. Relax.
We're talking about the
thing
offensive
is a lot of what you've seen of Darden is playing with Blaine in the second half of preseason games, playing in certain packages in games where Tom doesn't have the comfortability because he's never had to be out there and play the whole thing yet. He'll be fine. By the way, he's the fifth receiver.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter, dude.
Like,
doesn't
matter.
Show me a fifth receiver on any team in the league that's as good as that.
Jake, were you surprised to see that we kept Scotty?
No. I'm going to remind you of a certain day at 26 degrees in Green Bay that was.
I keep fucking saying that, Jake. He does one thing,
or a day
he
about
does it
8
really
weeks before
fucking
that
good.
when I was in Vegas, but there was no fans there, and I'm watching it down the street at the Bellagio when he catches that pass before halftime. No, absolutely not. Scotty has his role. Is he a well-rounded, do everything guy? Hell no. But again, if him and Darden are your fifth and sixth, show me a 5 and 6 on any team that's even close to that.
But what he does well, he does really fucking well. Really fucking well.
By the way, he turned into a hell of a gunner last year when he came back off the friggin' turf toe. Like, he went out there and was playing special and was getting physical. Like, Scotty's a football player. No, I wasn't surprised by that at all.
I'm going to rewind it back to the offensive line talk. The Bucs are facing we played the Dallas Cowboys last year, week 1, but the Dallas Cowboys pass rush, especially that rookie, that was just fucking unbelievable. And their
Micah Parsons.
Yeah, Parsons wasn't Micah Parsons back then. So going into this week 1, what should we expect from this offensive line? One, they didn't really play that many snaps in the preseason, obviously, together. So, like you said, continuity, communication, all that kind of stuff that goes into it. And then they're facing what I think is a really, really good pass rushing team. And then, of course, you got those guys that make plays in the secondary. What are we supposed to look? What should we expect from them in a game like this that I feel like is maybe tougher than last year's game 1?
I don't know that it is. I mean, Randy Gregory's not there. DeMarcus Lawrence still a stud. Coming off the edge, it's DeMarcus Lawrence, depending on if they're going to play a traditional 4-3 and be in a nickel. Michael Parsons is an absolute freak, and you have to account for him nonstop. But if they're going to rush him, then he's not in coverage. He's also one of their best coverage players. I mean,
12's pretty good against the blitz. Go ahead, blitz him. Go ahead and blitz him.
I mean,
I don't think they need to.
Diggs had 9 picks, whatever it was last year, but he also gave up more yards than any corner in the league. I'll give up 2 picks if he gives up freaking 150 yards to Mike. Like, you're going to be okay. That game last year was really dominated by the Bucs and a bad timing Rojo fumble that kind of threw a wrench into that weird thing. They made enough plays, go down and kick field goal to win on opening night. Like, that was the start of polar opposite. If you want to flip the script after the 13-3 year in Arizona we were talking about, we open up playing the Patriots in Arizona. Supposed to be really good. Before all the injuries started happening, we go down, we miss a 47-yarder that would have beat them, and the freaking wheels kind of fell off. I think they finished 8-8, and everybody got hurt. Carson got hurt that year, whatever it was. But it was the teams that can go down and you had a bad fumble to turn into points. You go down and kick a field goal and you win the game. I don't think Dallas is as good as they are, or anywhere near as good as they were last year. Sean Murphy-Bunting gets hurt in the first quarter of that game last year. You're missing a starting corner. They don't have the weapons that they had going into that game. Now, Gallup got hurt for them last year, but having Amari Cooper, having CeeDee Lamb, having Gallup healthy, having Dak he played phenomenal that night. Their offensive line was healthy. It's not even close to being healthy. I'm more worried about an injury on our offensive line and somebody else have to step in and mess with that continuity than I am worried about how they're going to play. Are they going to play perfect? No. Somebody's going to make a mistake. Somebody's going to get ran over. Dallas has good players.
Yeah, Dak played out of it.
Play though.
Dak played out of his mind that game. He really did.
But we play a much better defensive line against the Saints the next week than we do against Dallas in week 1.
Yeah.
I want to go back to what Sammer said though. You said that they don't need to blitz. Micah's a linebacker, dude. He has to blitz in order to pass rush. And if you blitz
they'll line him up.
They line him up.
They'll line him up with his hand in the dirt coming off the edge.
What I'm saying is that
he doesn't always blitz like pass rush blitz. He's one of the best pass rushers in the league. He's one of the best cover linebackers in the league. One of the best run linebackers against the run in the league.
They're gonna
He's
challenge.
all
They're
around.
gonna challenge the offensive line that's been reworked. They're going to, whether it's through blitz or again Parsons. He's a fucking freak. He's gonna line
I mean,
up
if he wants to put his
everywhere.
if he wants to put his hand in there against Donovan Smith or Trishan Wirth, I'll take
Yeah,
it.
but
Take
they
him out
move.
of,
Yeah, but they move him
fine.
around. He could run a game inside and go against Luke. He could
He'll
run a
win-
game
he'll
inside
win
and go
his.
against a
He'll
couple.
win his.
Like
He'll be
get his
just fine.
ops, which I think is gonna be. I think early in the game, that's where it matters. They're gonna challenge and see what the fuck the line can do, and if Tom burns them, and if they don't hold up, Tom doesn't burn them, whatever the fuck it ends up being, that's kind of what sets the tone. I think the Bucs will respond. I'm just saying that's something that's the first thing you circle, obviously, because they didn't see the freak Parsons last year. Whether they got all the same weapons and all that kind of shit on the other side, it has nothing to
He
do
was
with that
pretty
part of
damn
the
good.
equation.
He
Week
just-
one, he
never
was
had a
on
drop.
fire like throughout the rest of the fucking season. It felt like we didn't really.
I think he wasn't as good in
Flash.
week 1 because we handled him just fine. It
Exactly.
wasn't like he was a different player in week 3 as a rookie than he was in week
I didn't
1.
hear his name until week 3. That's what I'm
Play
saying.
action had him in 12 had him looking pretty silly in coverage.
There's a reason. Yeah, I mean, I think really the biggest thing is can this offensive line come out and run the ball?
Yeah.
Can we come out and run the ball, establish the play action, give Tom a little time, take some of those shots? I mean, one of the best things I saw in the preseason was against the Colts, so the 20-yard comeback to Julio off a little play action.
That was nasty.
I mean,
That was a
that's
rope,
Mike,
too.
right? That's a Mike Evans play. Now you got two dudes that size that can run 20-yard comebacks off a play action, and if you have to, you could dump it to the back that you just play action to, hit a tight end, hit the guy in the slot. If that play breaks down, you don't have enough time. If you got enough time to play action and throw 20-yard comebacks with 2 6'5" guys that are that physical.
Plus that
Jake,
pocket.
I thought we ran the ball pretty well in the preseason.
Yeah, but
No,
it wasn't.
I know it's preseason.
It wasn't really with the ones. I mean, Keyshawn ran it well. I thought Keyshawn Vaughn.
But
had
Leonard ran it well. In the
Leonard has some big
Lenny
runs.
when he
Leonard was
played
carries.
ran it good.
Yeah, but
They
in
didn't have that many touches, and you're not talking about starters on starters kind of thing.
Right.
In that Colts game, though, Lenny looked good. The offensive line looked good, I thought. And then
Yeah.
again, that pocket on
Against
that
a damn good front seven.
Yeah, that's why I was so confident after that game because that's a good defense in Indianapolis. They're not fucking
Yeah,
slobs.
to me, either Chris Godwin or Russell Gage got to play in this game for me to feel really confident. One of those true slot guys that's going to be that quick, beat somebody quick, Tom, get rid of it, that he trusts. I think one of those guys has got to play. We don't need to kill him on the outside, although I think we'll have plenty of success on the outside as well. Look, Dallas's defense last year was ridiculous. They were really good. But there's no way you can tell me they're not going to have some kind of turnover regression from leading the team in turnovers and the most points scored by a defense in the league last year. Like, their defense was insane. That's why their offense gets all this credit for like leading the league in points, but their defense led for defensive points. So it wasn't all offense that was doing all that. I don't think they can match that same thing.
Now,
No,
what I
that's
want to talk
rare.
about is their offensive line situation. Everyone's talking about ours, but they lost a beast of a fucking left tackle, a Hall of Famer, who, I mean, they showed the stats. I mean, they're running, their average runs go down by a full yard, I think, when he doesn't play. It's insane what they get yards per carry when he's not playing. And now you have, which you just said earlier, I'm excited about it, you know, a healthy defense. A JTS that's, I mean, this kid's primed to fucking go off this year. We had Fred on the show last week, and he's like, he's a fucking freak. Like, I've never seen that kind of speed coming off the edge. It's insane. Shaq has returned to rushing from the side he feels more comfortable on now. You know, I said it last year because we were fully healthy and Dak was, you know, coming off that injury. I was like, man, I almost feel bad for him. And it, you know, he played phenomenal.
They have
I
both
almost
tackles.
feel-
Lyle
I
Collins
almost-
is
I
gone
almost
as
feel
well.
nervous. Yeah, I almost feel nervous for him now because I mean, you got those
not only
boys,
talking about
boys
Tyron
screaming off
Smith.
the edge
Yeah.
with Vita and Nick and Hicks in the middle. Fuck, might be a long night.
It's not just Tyron Smith. I mean, Lyle Collins is gone. You still got a Hall of Fame guard sitting in there, but from the best offensive line in the league 4 or 5 years ago when Zeke was putting up decent numbers. I mean, if you've seen his yards per game since his rookie year, went from 108 to 58. It has gone like this ever since. No, I mean, and they're not one who's playing the slot for them. Who's gonna, when we're rushing Dak up the middle and we're blowing that pocket up, who's he getting rid of it quick to? To me, it's Tony Pollard. Scares me more than anybody, but you got two of the fastest linebackers in the league covering him. I think Devin's going to be much better this year in coverage. I think he's going to fix a lot of that. But all those guys are healthy. They're not worried about having somebody's back, knowing there's a deficiency from having an injury, that kind of thing. I think the defense is going to be top 5 again and be lights out. And I think JTS is going to be a monster. But Shaq was third in the league last year in pressure percentage.
Yeah.
Didn't have the same amount of sacks, but he was there all the time, disrupting the pocket. The biggest thing to me, though, if those two monsters in the middle stay healthy, And Hicks, that's a question mark. He misses some time. But when you played the Bears the last 5-6 years, whatever it was, first thing you did was look at that defense. It was not the linebackers. It was not Khalil Mack because you knew you had to block him. It was, is Hicks playing or not? Because when he plays, nobody rushes up the middle that good. But what are you going to do? Double team him and Vita and leave the edges singled up? You have a rookie left tackle playing for the Cowboys this week, and their starter from last year, who got big money to go to Cincinnati, La'el Collins, is gone. Who's getting doubled? You can leave that back in and chip that you're not going to have to dump it off to?
But you can't even double either of them, though. That's the thing. You kind of have to on Vita because of his size, but then
Hicks is bigger.
But then you're giving up one-on-one to either of those guys. So you're going to get screwed either way. I don't give a fuck if you're a Hall of Fame guard. You're going to lose a couple to one of those two guys if you're one-on-one.
Sure. Vita went toe-to-toe with homeboy from the Colts, bro. I mean, it was a phenomenal. I was watching that battle when they played in Tampa.
Pushing him, dude.
It was fucking awesome. He literally anchored, and Vita he'd be sliding, bro, in the grass. But then he would get Vita, too. They went back and forth, like you said.
Right, but run a twist. Ain't too many guards in the league that want to be playing Hicks and Vita on every play.
No, fuck that.
By the way, then we're rotating more guys in.
And
when you get power and then you're going to get speed with roaches, it's going to be. Now, Jake, I know you can't talk about, game plans and stuff like that, but
I don't know.
What would Jake do? Jake, would you have 24 float and follow CD since he's pretty much all they got? I mean, Schultz, I'm not too worried. We got linebackers in cover. We shut down Kelsey. He might get here and there a couple, but he's not going to kill us. Would you have 24 float and just press him, not let him get anywhere, make him uncomfortable, kill the timing?
I would. I mean, in Arizona, Patrick Peterson followed the number one every week. Man-to-man, straight up, we're taking him off the field. Deion Sanders, a third of the field is gone, and your best weapon is gone. And when Pat P was in his prime, he wanted it. You're talking about Julio. It didn't matter who was coming in their prime. 4 for 43 was a big day against Pat P in those days. Like, he wasn't giving up anything to anybody. That's not really Carlton's game, though. He's more of a one side, stay on that side, kind of do that. I don't know that Jamel's not damn near as good in man-to-man coverage. Neither one of them could catch worth a shit, but like in coverage, like, I don't know. Jamel's a 4'3" guy that's 6'2" with long arms. Like, you don't really want to play either one. To me, it's when they put CD in the slot and they're going to have to move him around and put him in the slot, put him in motion to try to free him up and play man. Who's covering him then? Is it Antoine coming down? I like that matchup. Mm-hmm. He's faster, but Antoine's more physical. That's going to be interesting. But then you're not really worried about anybody else. I mean, you can still kind of double and spy him at that point. I don't think they can leave CD out as an 88 out wide guy, Des Bryant, Michael Irvin. He can do that, but he can't do that against us. Not with a fully healthy defense. I think you can take him out of the game if that's the case.
Especially if
he's not Tyreek Hill. There's no super separating trait. Especially if he can just kill you with that speed or the run after the catch. He's really good.
Especially if Dak's having to run around trying to get that ball out quickly before he gets killed. The reason they even made plays last season was that he would get out of the pocket and he had guys that had enough speed that when you break contain, it was that, get open for your quarterback. Speed is usually how
studs.
He doesn't
Amari Cooper is one of the best route runners in the league, was a first-round pick for a reason.
Route runner.
Yeah, and Cooper had a hell of a game against us week 1, too.
Yeah, because they had all three, but there's CeeDee Lamb and
Dalton Schultz. That's it.
Helped that our second starting corner went out the first fucking drive basically.
Yeah, Sean gets hurt.
I could have sworn that game Dean got hurt too, didn't he? He tweaked the hamstring. He did something. We were down.
He missed some time. Like I said, they lost Gallup. Yeah. I think that's when he tore his ACL or whatever it was, and early in that game. But I mean, when they had Gallup, CD, and Cooper,
it's hard.
They're going to put up yards. They're going to put up numbers. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. You got to get to them. That's not. Well, by the way, that was with Tyron Smith and La'el Collins playing offensive line. That's not the case this year.
Yeah, he had time.
And I keep hearing this stuff about they're going to come into every game, and it's going through Zeke, and that's Jerry's thing every year. And y'all know I love me some Jerry, but like, don't give me that you're going against the Bucs and your game plan is being put on Zeke's back because we're running you out of your own stadium.
That doesn't work. The Bucs have proven that.
I don't care.
Has arrived here. It doesn't work.
I don't care if it was 5 years ago with Zeke and that offensive line. You're not coming against this defense healthy with that as your game plan. You're getting run.
I don't give a fuck who it is. We shut down JT. We shut down Derrick Henry under this defense. They've had their explosive runs, right? They're one-offs. But over the course of the game.
That's not Zeke. That's Tony Pollard. That ain't Zeke.
Yeah. Hey, we got 125 people watching. Love y'all. Thank you so much for the support. But only 19 likes. I feel a little disrespected. A little bit.
A little bit. Kind of like
That is
Stanker.
that is
Stanker's been
125,
quiet.
19. Smash the like button, guys.
I'm listening. You know, when Jake's on here, he's a wealth of knowledge. I'm used to listening to you two morons.
Stupid. This has been too calm, Stank. You got something dumb for me to get fired up? Like, I feel calm. My face isn't even red tonight.
I mean, you did the Eminem move. You started the show by going after my critiques. You came in prepared. You took my fire away. You're like, yep, Darden and then the offensive line. I've seen what you've been saying on there. So you came in and you tried to take my steam away. I'm still a little nervous about the O-line. They're unproven. But
I mean,
I have to remind myself.
Only place you can point a finger. I
have to remind myself. We won the Super Bowl with Brady in his first year. There was no continuity. He did it in the COVID year. The team got, the team built chemistry.
Backup right guard played in the Super Bowl.
Carmen said it best, and Jake has said it too. The guy was just about playing Madden out there, bro. Like he was still adjusting and learning and figuring out the offense and won the fucking Super Bowl. Relax.
With a healthy defense that was getting after people's ass. If that defense doesn't play like that in the playoffs, Tom didn't play that good in Green Bay. Made some great plays when he needed to, but he made some ridiculously bad plays that kept them in the game. That defense was ridiculous.
Yeah, but Jake,
championship.
That was all in Tom, bro. This guy's taking fucking vacations during training camp. I don't know.
What the hell's Tom Brady training camp for, dude?
Who fucking thank you.
I'm just saying.
What in the hell do you people think is going on at training camp that Tom needs to be there?
Thank you.
Listen, Jake, apparently he hasn't seen it. He hasn't seen it in his 30 fucking years in the NFL. There's something in training camp he hasn't seen yet.
We went to training camp and we hung out with Jason and we got field passes. It was pretty fucking awesome. And we all walked away, and he still gets the fucking little dick energy. I don't understand. Oh, Tom took 11 days off. We literally walked away, and we were like, wow, he doesn't look like a man or anybody. Bowles doesn't look like anyone was nervous or like, oh, we should be concerned. There was, hey, what's going on? There was no nerves. And I was like, you're going to be nervous?
All right, I'll play devil's advocate. He lost a few reps with Julio and Russell Gage. But if you've watched any of the practice he's been at,
fire.
That chemistry looks pretty damn good.
Russ was hurt during those 11 days anyways.
And damn sure with Julio. So that's not even an argument. I don't know what you think is going on at training camp that Tom needs to be there for.
Stank? Rebuttal? Anything?
Yeah, you got anything
to say? I'm sure wherever Tom was, he was watching the live stream anyways.
Let me ask you this.
The dude didn't just stop fucking watching film. He's programmed to do that shit regardless. I'm sure he put in hours regardless.
Tom left for what? Personal reasons, right? He had something he needed to take care of. I think his quote was, I'm 45. I got a lot of shit going on.
Yes, sir. 100%.
All right? Would we rather him take 11 days during training camp to get that shit in order and handle whatever it was than be worried about it Thursday, Friday of a game week?
Sank?
Yeah, that would probably worry me
Jake,
a little bit. We're talking about 11 days of camp. We're talking about practice, Stank. Practice.
Jake,
that's the game I love.
And he still had 10 fucking days after coming back to get ready, man. More than 10 days.
Jake, listen, bro. It's been a while. It's just you and the fellas, bro. Where was Tom, bro? What happened? You can tell us, dude.
45. He got some shit going on.
No, where was he? I know, but where was he?
I don't know. Handling some shit. That's all I know. I know what you know.
Oh fuck.
Hey, listen.
But I'd rather him be handling his shit during training camp than during the freaking season or during the week.
Thank you.
I know. I knew what you were saying right there.
By the way, Jake, he took the 11 days off and then came back and looked great against the Colts. Threw a high ball to
Tom
Mike.
Brady. Of course, he came back and looked good in a preseason game. Like, we're talking about practice. Like, I hated when Allen Iverson said that when I was a kid. Now I'm a grown man. We're talking about Tom Brady needing freaking training camp practice. No, you know who needed it? Kyle Trask and Blaine Gabbert. They got a bunch of freaking reps if one of them has to play.
Trask looked good though, didn't he?
Let's talk about Trask, bro.
Let's talk about Trask in this crazy ass fan base. Put aside if you're a Knoll or a Gator for a second, and just tell me what you've seen. It was the last pick of the second round, people. It wasn't the second overall pick. We didn't give up 3 first rounders for Trey Lance. It was a damn solid pick. We don't know if Tom's coming back or leaving. I don't see the issue other than this weird ass dynamic of Florida State, Florida with this kid.
I said it last time. We need to just stop drafting quarterbacks from the state of Florida.
They have to. Yeah, because that's all that happens.
Tired of the arguing. But I was one of the ones. I went to the practice, Jake, and it looked like he cummed on his fucking stomach all over himself, and he fumbled the ball rolling out on himself. Looked bad. And I came on here along with Sammer, and I was like, he looked like shit. Yeah. And then I ate crow. What I saw over the 3
Made us
games
believers.
was.
He made us believers.
I saw legit
Try to
improvement.
tell him,
And he was
Jake.
playing. Hold on.
So you saw him have a
Let
bad
me fucking
practice.
talk, Stank. He played behind shitty offensive line and with not the greatest players. And I saw dots. I saw fucking ropes. I saw improvement. I saw vision. I like what I see. I'm just gonna leave it there.
What about my boy short shorts, thunder thighs, Blaine?
Oh,
Blaine
QB1, dude. Come on. We already know that.
Solid,
QB1.
Blaine looked fucking
Yeah.
solid too.
Blaine came on the field.
Well, I only
Blaine
bring
to
that up.
Darden. Blaine to
I only bring that
Darden.
up for the morons that actually think Trask is the future, where the Blaine's not a thing. That we should make him the 2 and make Blaine the 3 because we drafted him so high, which is the dumbest damn logic I've ever heard. If the 2 is going to be the best player that's ready to go play right now, and as good as Kyle looked, Blaine knows the system better than Tom. So he damn sure knows it better than the second-year kid. If Tom gets hurt, Blaine's going in. Blaine looked damn good. Blaine got a bunch of extra reps with all these guys. Well, Tom was out. I think that's just as important as anything else that happened those 11 days.
Listen, Blaine looked like he was toying with those fucking backups out there.
Blaine,
I'm gonna be
bro.
honest, guys. I mean, it looked like he was just like, whatever.
I mean, he gets a ton of work.
At
Every
one
game, he's
point-
like 4
at
or
one
5,
point-
4 or 6, 50 yards, touchdown.
At one point, he was
Done
throwing
good
with his
crap.
left hand, and he was covering his eyes. He was going, fuck it, whatever, just wherever it goes.
Samurai,
Yeah.
I got it, bro. I got it. I know what Tom was doing. Trask and 11 got a lot of fucking reps while he's gone. He's like, you
Yeah.
know what? You guys get the kid
Hydrate.
the reps.
Get the
Hydrate.
kid-
I'm gonna go hydrate. I'm gonna go take the family on a little vacation. Trask, get in there and get some fucking reps, bro.
He needed 11 days to fill that goddamn canister he carries around all the fucking time. He's like, I need 11 days. I gotta fill this fucking.
I
This
gotta
vat."
fill it with glacier water that's
Yeah.
fucking like your drop by
Alkaline.
drop.
Alkaline water.
No,
Jake,
it's-
we need score predictions, Jake. All right. And
Wait. Before Jake goes there, Jake,
channel your
Jake,
inner Sammer when you do that. By the way.
when we went to training camp, did we tell you that we saw AG Guerrero and Steak was like, I need one of the massages with baby oil, bro. He's dead ass looked him in the eye, was like, have you been hydrating?
Yeah, he could tell.
Have you been hydrating?
I wasn't.
That's the end of the conversation. Have you been hydrating?
That's right. The massage doesn't matter if you're not hydrating. With
He saw I was a
electrolytes
little
and alkaline
swollen.
water.
I was a little swollen that day.
Look,
I've been
AG is the
hydrating.
man. AG, keep Mikey's hamstrings good and Julio's hamstrings good. And of course, Tom whatever Tom gets first. The rest of those guys get to.
Jake, what
it
if
Alex's
what
ankle.
if we get a full year of Julio, dude? What
Oh
if?
my god!
Let me ask you this.
Tweeted that. Holy shit!
Let me ask you this, because Chris Godwin, I'm blown away that he took the brace off and practiced already.
Yeah.
Like that is Adrian Peterson-esque for the guys that coming off an ACL. And receivers not running back. You guys know my theory on running backs the next year after an ACL, fantasy-wise. We talk about receivers a little bit different, but it's still that's fast. But say we get to he missed some time, Julio missed whatever it is. Say we get to week 17, 18, we're getting ready for the playoffs. And Mike's healthy, Julio's healthy, Godwin's healthy, and Russell Gage are healthy.
Jesus.
And Lenny's healthy, and offensive line's healthy. Who's got a good enough zone defense to stop that? By the way, you're only rushing 4 because you're getting lit. You go 11 personnel and freaking, which is different. Last couple of years, we've had to go 12. We won a ton of 12 personnel when we were getting in the playoffs and doing that kind of stuff. It'll be interesting because I think this team, because of that 12 personnel, which they can still do, the rookie looks good. Kyle Rudolph looks good. You can mix and match depending on who you have available that week. I think it's going to be a fascinating thing. I hope those guys are healthy enough that Tom feels really comfortable when he needs to, or he gets it. Tom's big thing is I hope they're healthy enough the weeks they're going to play for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday practice. For Tom to get enough reps Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, feel really comfortable with that game plan, with those specific routes and those combinations that he's going to see on Sunday with those guys. I hope it's not one of those guys goes down on Friday and you're counting on him and then you got to move guys around, because that's where things get a little funny. Tom likes to see what he's going to see all week. If that's the case and he's getting that, we got to go more 12 and more 11, whatever it is. I mean, there's just weapons galore, man. We didn't even talk about the tight ends.
You brought it up,
Rob
Jake.
Gronkowski is not currently on the team, and we didn't even brought up the tight ends.
I was
Currently.
about to ask you, what do we
That
expect?
$6 million was not to bring him, by the way.
No.
It's just-
Yeah, I'm just going there. I was gonna say, what should we expect from this offense in terms of how it now transitions to Cameron Brate and Kyle Rudolph, guys that don't do what Gronk
Hey,
did,
Kate Otten,
and
motherfucker.
how
What? How dare both of you disrespect
Have some
O'Keefe like
respect.
that? Hey Jake,
O'Keefe.
Jake, behind the scenes, you and Pop
They're
sit down
deep.
at the dinner table. You guys are smoking a cigar. You got a cocktail in your hand. When O'Keefe's name is brought up, what do you got? What's said in the Arians household behind the scenes?
Pancakes.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, potentially when he has to play, he's not really ready yet with those other 3 guys. If he has to play, he's going to play. But he gets his hands on you, it's over. The road grading dog. it's a little raw, but it's like he's an absolute dog. Otten's going to be a stud. They love that pick. That's like mini Gronk. I think he's 75% of what Gronk can do now already as a rookie. That's going to get better every week. Kyle Rudolph's a freaking pro. He's been around forever. He was a freaking, I think he was a first round pick back in the day.
He's fucking huge, by the way. I didn't know he was that damn tall. He's fucking massive, bro.
He's basically
red zone guy, dude.
He's basically Gronk. I mean, nobody's got the arms and the hands of Gronk. I mean, that's the thing you're missing. The biggest thing with Gronk is Tom and Gronk doing it for so long. Tom's got to get comfortable with those other guys to be able to go there, but he doesn't have to go there.
Mm-hmm.
They block really well. I think that's going to be a huge addition. But you know, Gronk stayed healthy for the most part, missed a couple games. When he was out last year, we're way better off now than we were then. Leaving the Rams game and Gronk missed, 3-4 weeks, whatever it was?
Yeah.
I mean, we're way ahead of where we were a year ago. Brate's going to have his role, and those other guys will fill in. I think Otten will be a bigger and bigger piece as things go along.
Jake,
I think Gronk's coming back anyways.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
It wouldn't surprise anyone. I got one more, Jake, and then we'll do score predictions and get out of here. But King Cook brought up a good one. You talked about it last year, coming off the Super Bowl with Tom's comfortability with the offense and understanding it more. But I'd like to hear your thoughts because of the offensive line. King Cook says, "I hope we see more no huddle and a fast-paced offense." What are your thoughts on that with the offensive line? Because Tom was starting to, and you came on here, you talked about it last year, where now he can go out there and it's fucking like you're playing with fucking house money. He's just hurry up and it's crazy. Can we do a little bit of that this year, or because of the old line, maybe not?
The O-line is not the issue there. What I said a minute ago is the issue there. Do we have healthy bodies in practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Because if you're going to go no huddle, you got to put that in the game plan Monday, Tuesday. By the time Tom gets his hands on it, wraps his head around what that's going to be, he needs to practice that. It's still only his third year in the system. And yeah, we've adapted some things to what he does better, but he's still really growing in that system. If it was Blaine, he'd have a better understanding of what that is. But if we have continuity on that offensive line and the weapons that are going to play on Sunday ready on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for practice, then yeah, I'd love to see more of that.
We went no huddle in the first. We went no huddle in the first series against the Colts. Yeah.
Preseason, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you don't really need to go hurry up. I mean, a lot of people mistake going no huddle for being a hurry up thing. Going no huddle just means you're not substituting. You're keeping the defense on the field. You can go take 23 seconds of the 25-second play clock all the way down if you need to. You go back to what the Colts did it back in the day with Peyton. They take a lot of time. He's just getting you set in the right set. But you got to have the same players out there that he knew he was going to have out there to be able to count on. To me, that's way more important than what we're worried about the offensive line. The offensive line's fine. You have the same tackles. You have a Pro Bowl guard. You have a new center, but it's not like he hasn't played, right? We go 3 years of Notre Dame is about as damn good as prepared as you're going to be to play in the NFL by the time you get there. And you got a rookie right guard. You might have to worry about it a little bit. But the offensive line, as long as there's cohesion there, I don't think you have to worry about that. I think it's more, can they practice it during the week, and then can they go implement that? And I think you're going to see spotty depending on what defense you're playing. You got to be careful because you go too fast and it doesn't work. You go 3 and out, you put your defense back out there, and then you flip time of possession. Those things all come in. Chip Kelly in the NFL.
Chip Kelly
About to say that was Chip Kelly.
Yeah. He gassed his fucking defense.
What I'm hearing is 45-10 Buccaneers from you, Jake. Is that accurate? It feels like that's what you're trying to tell me. I can feel it kind of in my bones. Maybe
I'm going to go a little more rational than that. But the Bucs have averaged 30 to 31 points since Tom's been there. I'm going to give him 31 points.
It's 31. 31 is always the magic number here at Tampa now.
Pretty much. But I'm going to go 31-20.
Oof, I like it.
I think something funny could happen this week one. There might be a turnover, might be a couple penalties, something stupid. I mean, week one, you find dumb shit happens. But I think an 11-point victory on the road against what could be a division winner and probably a playoff team, we would all take getting ready for New Orleans.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely,
Fuck yeah.
dude.
Is that who we played in week 2? I completely forgot.
By the way, Jay, how do you feel? You love all these pundits, right? You love the national media. How do you feel about all of them, Peter King, picking the Saints to be the number 1 seed in the NFC and win the South?
They're capable.
They hated him. They're capable. They hated him when he was here, but all of a sudden, Jameis is
I don't get that.
Amazing when he's at the Saints. I don't get it.
Especially
Sean
after
Payton's
they're capable.
Sean Payton's not there.
They're capable.
They're capable.
You're putting
They're really
by
good.
saying that, you're saying Michael Thomas is the same player. Their left tackle, who's a rookie first-round pick, is out right now with injury. You're assuming he plays like Teron Armstead, who was there. The defense is as good as it was before. I don't think they're as good. They've lost some pieces. They're going to be really good. They're capable. They got to stay healthy. And Jameis has to play at a level he was playing at last year before he got hurt. But they weren't taking any shots. You're saying that Chris Olave as a rookie is going to be Justin Jefferson.
Listen,
Can he be? Yes.
Is he? We
Is
don't
that
know.
likely? I don't know.
Yeah, but Jake, we lost your father this year. He retired, but he wasn't calling the plays. They lost Sean Payton, who was calling the plays. Nobody.
Devil's
I feel
advocate to that is Pete Carmichael's been with him the whole time.
Okay.
You're not losing a lot. He's blocked Pete. Pete could have taken some other jobs. They're fine there. I mean, I think that's here nor there. I mean, Sean's a damn good coach. If you lose him, you're still losing something. They got to stay healthy. Are they capable of doing it? Yeah, they beat the Bucs 7 times in a row in the regular season. Couldn't beat them when it mattered. We won.
That's a fluke. That's a fluke, though. Fluke shit.
Not when it mattered.
No,
But yeah, no. I agree with Jake. As much as I hate the fucking
it's not a
Saints,
good matchup is the
they're
problem.
capable. Yeah.
That defensive line kicks our offensive line's ass the only time all year that it happens. Tom doesn't like what he sees. Dennis Allen still being there means that defense is still the same.
And they cheat. So you can say it.
They cheat.
Their corners hold. They play right there on the edge. They cheat.
I mean,
They dare.
Look, it's like playing the Seahawks back in the day. If you run by Russell,
Exactly.
if you run by Richard Sherman and he grabs you and they call it in the first quarter, you got a good chance of getting him that day. If you run by him with your fast like Scotty Miller, right, and he grabs him and you don't get that call in the first quarter,
They're looking the
it'll
chops.
be a long day for you against the Legion of Boom back in the day when that defense was good. Everybody plays to the edge, Stank. Look, I know we hate the Saints, but they're going to be damn good. Now, Peter King, we're all fighting for clicks. Everybody's picking Buffalo and the Rams or whoever it is. He went outside the box. Peter's a damn good journalist, been around a long freaking time. He sees something.
No,
By the way, if you
listen,
pick against Tom Brady, you get as much hate when you live in New York as you do love for picking him. So
I mean, Kyle Brandt picked
Sure
the
that-
Panthers. Picked the Panthers.
Pick the Panthers. Like, stop. But on a serious note, I listen, with every fiber in my fucking soul and my body, I hate the Saints. But real recognize real, man. They are capable. And for as much as I defended Jameis here for 5 years, we've seen it, Jake. We've seen it here. He can dice you up for 5, or he can give you 4, but he can still dice you up for 5. So they're
and we'll see.
Legit.
We'll see. That body like that, there was not a lot of risky stuff last year.
No,
they didn't need
they're
him
pacified.
to do a lot when he was
pacified.
playing, but he was playing well. He was on purpose playing very conservative. When it's time to let him sling it a little bit, and they're going to have times where they have to do that, we'll see. I mean, Jameis has the talent. You don't lead the NFL in passing yardage without doing that. Can he do it without throwing a ton of picks? I don't know. And taking a bunch of sacks.
Though, is that he's got it like we talked so many times, Latte. He's got this volatility about him. He's like Eli Manning in a sense. Like, you've got to get him hot, and he's got to stay hot through the entire playoffs and not lose a game. Which
It's not
so many
it's not
people
just the
come
hot
on here.
part.
It's not going to happen. It's
not just the hot part.
Ask.
My favorite analogy with it, Jake, when it comes to Jameis, and let's get the score prediction for everyone and get out here. But my favorite analogy with Jameis is you can pacify him for only so long, right? It's very similar to like Tim Tebow. He changes throwing motion.
No, look,
But then
that is the worst analogy I've ever heard.
Let me finish.
One's a
Jake.
tight end, H-back should have been playing special teams.
Let me
One is a
finish.
legit
Jake.
first overall pick
Let
quarterback.
me finish.
I can't let you finish because that was
Let
a
me
horrible
finish.
analogy.
No, because I'm going to wrap this and bring it full circle. When the bullets fly for real, you go back to what you know is what I'm trying to say. So, Jameis, you can pacify him, and then that one fucking play, he's like, I can fucking make it. He's going to roll around and fucking throw it up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying when the bullets fly for real, he's going to go
agree
back
with
to
you.
what he knows.
I agree with you. You just can't throw Tim Tebow and Jameis Winston in the same sentence.
You
We're
can't
talking
do
about
that,
throwing
man.
football.
Can't do that.
Like, that's
Come
just
on.
ridiculous. But what I still think, I agree with you, their tackles aren't the same as last year. That offensive line is not the same. It's not going to be as good. What he's going to do, he's a gunslinger. He's Brett Favre. He's Elway. He's going to make throws. He has faith in his ability to be able to do that, and he can. There's going to be some tight windows. There's going to be some picks. What I like is our defense being healthy, is he's going to hold it and try to make too many plays. He's still going to give up those fumbles. He's going to run around. He's going to do something crazy.
Sack fumbles.
I like our defensive line against that offensive line this year more than I have in the past.
I mean, plus you can't run the ball. Like last year, they made him look good by running the ball heavily in the beginning of the season. They faced us. He obviously gets
By the way,
injured.
we shit the bed.
Yeah, we did. We should have won that game.
He got hurt, which of course was not on purpose. That's the dumbest thing anybody else.
We should have won that game. But
but
this
Trevor
year,
Simeon came in and lit us on fire. Like
They're
that
not.
was
They're not.
played
They're
like
not going to
shit.
run the ball against us this year and hide him. At some point, he's got to be the guy to make the play. He's either going to make a play, and eventually it's
By
going
the
to be
way-
an
by the
interception.
way,
Yeah, that's
It's gonna be
because backup
something.
quarterbacks are a kryptonite, Jake. You know that.
Yes, I
If
know
the team
that,
puts
but
in their backup quarterback, it's over. Game's over.
That
Oh,
was
here-
ridiculous.
Didn't take too much time for that little dick energy to come back, did it, Stan?
Speaking on Jameis in the first quarter, though, in that matchup, because it's always rough for us, we were kind of holding him down. And for some reason, Jameis just kept leaking and picking up yardage on the ground. Like he's not a running quarterback like that. He just kept gashing us for runs. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? We're shutting everything else down.
Well,
Hey,
it's simple.
how did this become a Fuck the Saints podcast? I mean, everyone should be. We played the Dallas Cowboys this
let
week.
Jake
Just a
take-
couple
Well,
days.
Poppy, it's the exact same thing when everybody's screaming in the first quarter. Mahomes has got all over it. We're playing man. There's nowhere to go with the damn ball. I can live with Patrick Mahomes running around for a first down or Jameis running around for a first down for 3 times a punt. I can live with that. What I can't live with is Michael Thomas smoking somebody for a touchdown or Chris Olave getting deep and they hit us for 60 yards. That you can't live with.
I don't think that happens.
I'm fine with him running around if that's the case. Like it is what it is. Look, he's a good player. He's going to be fine. Is he going to be the player we know? We'll see.
All right, Stanker, scoring prediction. Go ahead with your little dick energy. And we got 135 people in here, only 36
Well,
likes.
we could
It's
do-
been lit. Let's go.
We could do our score predictions tomorrow. So tomorrow, because we're traveling
No,
to Dallas,
Jake just gave his. We should give ours.
but we're doing Fan
Fuck you
Friday
doing?
tomorrow. That's what we do on Fan Friday.
And Friday is usually what we do. Yeah, he is right.
All right.
So
So
Jake gives his because he's
Even
not
though
going to be on
tomorrow's
tomorrow.
Thursday.
well,
Yeah, but we're doing it Fan Friday,
we got
Thursday.
some stuff going on with Dallas because we're going to be in Dallas, right? We got a lot of
Yeah,
things going
Fan
on.
Friday, Thursday.
So tomorrow is Fan Friday on Thursday. Okay, we have special guests that'll join us. I'll tell you guys about that person later, or you just have to wait and see. But
We have
two
some huge fucking announcement.
massive announcements coming tomorrow night. You guys gotta tune in. Gigantic, like Fred Johnson sized fucking announcements.
The opposite of stank energy, big announcements.
Yes.
Thank you.
Listen,
Gigantic.
I'm the only one here that challenged Fred Johnson to a fight. So who's got the big energy? Me?
All right, you're an idiot.
No,
That's
you're
why.
just-
That's
you're
just
just
dumb.
dumb.
That's just dumb.
It's dumb.
Like, oh, I
Number
ran
one.
into a wall.
Hey,
That's dumb.
Snammer, by the way, for the 130 something people in here that are watching, you have to tune in tomorrow because tomorrow's about you. It's our Fan Friday edition show. You get to call in.
Mhm.
You get to give your scoring predictions. You get to put your dick on the table. It's all about you. It's Fan fucking Friday on a
And
Thursday.
don't be dumb enough to call me out when you do it for me calling you idiots earlier. So if you're one of the idiots I was talking to, if you want to come back at me, I'll be back on in a few weeks. And don't think
gonna-
I won't know.
he's
I'll have
gonna
the receipt.
do
I
it.
promise.
All right,
not,
listen.
not just that, we have a quick dump button. If you start talking shit, Sammer's just like, bleep.
No, I got.
I like it. Bring the shit talk.
We'll bring the shit talk, but listen, we're gonna take one call because I know we have 3 people waiting here.
We're
in and
10
out.
minutes over the fucking hard out, bro. Jake's
It's
having
fine.
dinner.
Do you have a heart out too, Jake?
No, we're good. Go ahead.
All right, let's take one call.
You gotta take a shit, Poppy? Fuck.
I will go
fuck?
to Smitty, and we're gonna go. By the way,
Literally a hard
Modeling
out.
with the kids up
we
here,
are
bro. It's hard out.
debuting the first ever, the freaking Penthouse Tampa hotline. You guys get to call us on the Penthouse hotline from here on out.
What? Is that
Can I
teaser?
say it? Can I say it? Sammer, can
Is
I
that
say it?
teaser?
Can I say it?
Penthouse is a sponsor of the show.
No, but can I say it?
That's
I
a
want to say
large
it so
Wait,
bad.
what?
I want to say it so
That's
bad.
not even the big announcement.
I just want to scream. I just want to scream it. Titties.
Or wait, are you talking about Penthouse like the nudie magazine that young Stank used to have hidden under his bed? That kind of Penthouse?
We're not
That
gonna
one.
talk about all
The
that
one that's
weird
crusty
stuff.
you couldn't open because like.
Yeah, that would be stinker. The one, yeah, with the one with
We're
all the made
sponsored
up,
by
the one with all the
Penthouse?
made up stories that hot chicks would send in.
Not made
Remember
up.
those?
Not made up. Every one of those happened.
That was all
So
made
the
up.
Penthouse hotline, go.
Penthouse hotline, first ever. We have
A pastor
who are we gonna go
calling
to?
in.
No, Pastor Smitty hung up. Oh no, there he is. Pastor Smitty, you're on with the loose cannons
what's
on the
happening?
Penthouse hotline, baby.
Hotline, bro.
On the Penthouse hotline.
What's
Look
up,
at the
Jake?
graphic.
Hey,
What's
Oh,
up,
no.
Pastor?
Come on, Pastor, give it to us.
like one of those celebrities, one of them singers or somebody. Y'all like a boy band up there, man. I see you got the hair laid, man. You all, man. How Pop's doing, man? Coach Drip, how he doing, man?
Good. He's good.
He's good, man.
Coach Drip.
We gonna get. I'm gonna get right to him. I'm excited about the season, man. And everybody keep talking about Tom Brady taking off. Fuck all that. When Tom Brady came back, you see how far he went up the field, hitting everybody. And even what we call y'all gonna let y'all know something. In Atlanta, when Julio played, we call him Don Julio. We remember that. Yeah, we don't call him Julio Jones. It's Mr. Don Julio. Boy, I can't wait to see how everything unveils itself as the season goes. You know, it's the next man up. We're going to see what the line going to do. It is what it is, man. Whoever get hurt, the next man got to be ready. I think Tom's going to ball out. This is, they call it a Super Bowl or bust. It's whatever, man. We finna go all out, man. Win, lose, or draw, but I want to see more of the win than the draw. Anyway, man, I ain't going to be in there long because y'all going to have fun. I heard y'all got big announcement going on, family. I'm going to get off here. This is the fattest I ever been. I'm out.
That's talking about that vintage 1942 Don Julio.
Bro, the first caller was a fucking pastor to the
Awesome.
Pastor Smitty, who, by the way, was the one who broke the Julio news.
I could go to that church, by the way.
That church. Hey, I love that church.
I'm gonna go see Smitty next time I'm in Atlanta going to the lake. I'm going to see that one. That sounds like fun.
Penthouse Hotline.
Hey,
Wow.
If anyone
Come a
knows
long
about
way.
strippers, though, you know it's
Those are not strippers. They're
Atlanta.
entertainers.
Atlanta.
They are
Atlanta,
adult
those are strippers.
entertainers. I like that stink.
Yeah, you guys need to absolutely show some love to Penthouse Tampa, a gentleman's club. A very fine
God, I
establishment.
can't wait for the
guys.
announcements. They're
Very
not ready.
fine establishment.
Amber, they're not ready for these
fine
announcements, Amber.
They have no idea.
You guys
Jake-
did. Hey,
I'm
you
gonna
guys
say
did
one
this
thing.
shit.
I'm gonna
You
say
realize
one-
that.
hey, I'm gonna say one thing. Yeah, you guys did this. I'm gonna say one thing about tomorrow's announcements, and I'm not spilling any beans. But I'm just saying 2 words. Watch party.
Dude, you know what's crazy is now all these dudes calling us are gonna be calling us on the Penthouse hotline. How hot does that sound? Sounds pretty hot.
What's gonna happen when Maria calls in on the
Oh.
Penthouse hot-
We're just gonna leave that graphic on the entire time.
the entire time?
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
what it is.
Jake, thanks for coming out, man. This is fun.
Yeah, good to see
stuff.
you, boys.
Too fucking long, bro. Went way too long.
Well,
One
you
out.
know, he's been getting stuff done, and he's looking all
Yeah,
hanging out with
you know,
Tom. 11-day
Hydration.
vacation with Tom. Getting hydrated with Tom.
My
Apparently.
hydration on.
Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, make sure you guys hit the like button, smash the subscribe button if you are new. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's Fan
Oh,
Friday
shit,
show's
Maria's
all about
in
you
here.
guys. Yeah, she's been watching. I think I saw a couple comments. Anyway, make sure you guys hit that. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Big shit coming. It's gonna be awesome. Huge announcement. It's gonna be a fun show. Go Bucs.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucs.
Go Bucks.
Part of the team. Part of the team, man. Gotta tell you, part of the team.
Welcome to Tampa Bay. We fuck 'em up when we raise the flag.